Hey everyone, Sed here with RC Plus. Happy 2025. Starting the new year off, taking a look at the new ARRMA Vorteks. These have been out for a little bit now, but we just got one that we can demo, check out, see what it's about. We've already done the Sentin, we've done the Typhon, so I think this will be kind of an in-betweener, if you will. It's not going to be as stable as the Typhon. It's going to be more stable than the Sentin. If you've driven a Vortex, they're fun little trucks. They're made to do stunts and stuff. They're definitely fast and fairly stable. It would be very similar to a Traxxas Rustler 4x4 if that's what you've ever, only ever had. So let's go ahead and look at the box here. Kind of all the same stuff we've gone over before. It's their new 223S power system. They're quoting real 50 plus miles an hour. We shall see. Flip it to the side here. Just a quick look at kind of the chassis. We're talking about the differential, which we'll take a closer look at, or the center differential rather. We'll take a closer look at that. Higher side guards like all the rest of them. 2-in-1 80 amp system. No more body clips. Dynamic stability control. Somebody had asked for a more detailed description of the dynamic stability control on one of the last videos. Basically, it keeps the car stable during high speed runs, as well as if you're like trying to drift it around. It kind of helps maintain your steering angle. And it's a 4-level system, so you have off where it is just you got to drive it yourself. Low gives you just a little bit of intervention, medium a little bit more, and then on high, it'd be for a beginner. It keeps it a lot more stable. I have noticed on high-speed runs, it does intervene quite a bit on the 10th scale cars, and it makes them start to wobble back and forth and eventually spin out. So if you're going to be doing speed runs, I'd recommend either low or off if you can, handle it. So let's flip this over. Side panel goes over the specs. Chunky little thing, 7.56 pounds, and that's without the battery. That new center differential, the side guards and everything, it's made them a lot heavier for sure. Electronics, we've got Spektrum SLT3, S662 steering servo, 80 amp 2-in-1 ESC, and then a 3100 kV brushless motor. And it is using IC5 plugs. I don't know if I mentioned that before in the other videos, but it is the larger version of the plug. And this panel, they're just talking about the tires there, wheelie bar, shock absorbing bumpers, cooling fans. And the last panel is going over the speed chart. And then the different colors that come in. You got like a black and silver, or a red, black and silver one. This kind of silver, yellow, and blue one. And a silver, pink, and purple one. So pretty cool colorways. They're running $329.99 before battery and charger. So yeah, let's get the car in the video and check it out. All right, so here is the new Vortex. Same body design as they've had, just with a couple changes for their new clipless system. Little roof skids, spoiler on the back there. Nice low wheelie bar. We'll see how much we use it. As long as it's kind of cold outside, so I may not have a whole lot of grip, but yeah, as long as I've got some grip, I have a feeling that's going to get some use. I'm looking underneath. Same basic chassis that we've always seen. Cutouts for that center differential. Nothing really too special there. Let's go ahead and pull the body off. See if I can pull the body off. This one has especially stiff tabs on it, so let's see if I can. Ah, there we go. All right. Looking underneath, we've got adjustable turnbuckles. Nothing too much has really changed through here. Oil-filled shocks. They're not a threaded body. You use these little clips to change your preload. That new clipless setup. Big old side guards to try to keep dirt out. Steering servo mounted up front here as usual. 2-in-1 speed control. Coolant fan, heat sink on the motor. This one is definitely compact. This has the shorter chassis compared to the Typhon and the Senton. They use a longer chassis, and so there's more spacing here. So we'll see if that affects motor temps at all. I really haven't been concerned about the motor on these models at all. It's been this 2-in-1 speed control. And I've been hearing more reports about other people also having the same kind of issues with it. So yeah, same slider style, center drive line, little rock guard for it, center differential with the aluminum motor mount, Velcro straps for the battery. Looking out back here, same thing, adjustable turnbuckles, and the same basic setup for the arms and shocks that we've always seen. So yeah, that's basically all there really is to cover here. Let's go ahead and get a 2-cell and a 3-cell battery in this thing and find out if it can hit the speeds that they're saying. Oh, one last thing. Bloop. Stuff that comes in the bag. They have the manual. Actually, there's 2 things here. So we have just a technical pack, which kind of tells you how to set like gear mesh and stuff, and then some extra parts and pieces that you can get, option parts. Manual, getting started, kind of goes over how to set the car up and everything, how to do the clipless body, how to use the controller. So yeah, nice little manual there. Goodie bag of, you've got like your wheel wrench. This is also your shock tool. More preload spacers. Oops, get over here. Extra set of hexes and pins. Always nice to have. This guy here is a little card that they supply with all of their, I think pretty much all their cars now. Basically on the back you've got a QR code. This takes you to a support area if you're having issues with your car. The other one is a showcase where it kind of goes over basically everything that we've just talked about. Some tools, really nice to see. You know, they're basic, but it is nice to see an actual handled tool instead of an L wrench, because L wrenches suck and everybody knows it. And then SLT3 transmitter. Same basic setup as it's always had. Steering rate, throttle trim. Why that's there, I don't know. Just get rid of that knob. Steering trim. It is a 3-channel controller, so you do have a 3rd channel switch there. 50, 75, and 100 throttle limit. Throttle and steering reversing. And then the orange power button for the dynamic stability control. They've always been a pretty decent little controller. They're pretty basic, but little foam on the steering wheel. Yeah. All right, now let's take it outside and see what it can do. All right, here we are out in the alleyway. We are gonna go ahead and do some speed runs and see what it says. I honestly completely forgot what it says on the box, so we will reference back to the speed chart later and see if it hit its claims. So first things first, we're on 50%, and we got our SkyRC GNSS analyzer, so let's see what happens. All right, that seems to be about maxed out. Let's bring it back. We got 14 miles an hour. Turn it around. Try not to get run over by this van coming through. Oh, he's not coming through. All right. 75. And we we got 23 miles an hour. Turn around again. Put up to 100. Also, I didn't check to see what level of DSC it's in. Let's find out. So it was on low. We'll turn it all the way off and see what happens. All right, 2 cell, 100%. Miles an hour. Alrighty, I'm gonna get a 3 cell in it and we'll see what happens then. Alright, 3 cell battery is in. We are on 50%. Let's see what it does. Oop, get it back here. We got 23 miles an hour. Alright. 75. $37. All right, let's see if I can hold on to it with one hand. This thing's already getting a little bit squirrely. And, oh, come on. 100%, here we go. So close. I'm gonna give it another go and see if we can maybe get it. Oh, 49, come on. Toying with me. One more try. All right. Nope, 49 is gonna be the number. So close. All right, well, let's go ahead and just kind of fart around with it a little bit. And it's actually really stable. I mean, I'm not too surprised. The Vortex has always been pretty stable. It's not as stable as, say, a Typhon, but it definitely, yeah, it drives nice. And it is definitely using that wheelie bar. Let this van go through really quick. See if I can get a good capture of the wheelie bar in use. Oh, it lost it a little bit. I just had one a second ago that was a pretty good length of time. Oh. Yeah, it is definitely more than willing to use that wheelie bar. All right, well, definitely a fun one to drive. I'm gonna take it in because I've been pretty rough with it as far as throttle and brake usage. Let's take it in and get a quick temp on motor and speed control and see what we're sitting at. See you guys inside. All right, guys, so I just brought it back in. We're gonna temp it really quick because it is warm. We'll start with the motor. We are getting 110, 160, 100 and looks like 166 on the motor. Speed control, 154, 152. Where are, I got them kind of buried here. 117. Just trying to get them on the cap pack. Usually the capacitors kind of tend to be some of the hottest parts on it. 156, and the battery, wow, the battery is 100. Stupid glare. One of the measurements on the battery was 126. All right, guys, so I wasn't running it that long. It's about 40 degrees outside. Sorry, I'm turning the controller off. Yeah, it's only about 40 degrees outside, and I ran it for, I mean, maybe 15 minutes. And this battery that's in it right now, pull this out of here. By the way, it's a very snug fit. Your battery cannot be longer than basically a standard LiPo pack, or it will not fit. At least on the short chassis cars. Get out of there. Man, that's hot. This is a 100C discharge battery. So I mean, this is a very high discharge battery. This should have no issues, but it is very warm. Anything over 100 degrees, not good. Speed control being at 150, what was it, 156 degrees? That is insanely hot for a speed control. In my previous videos, I talked about how you really don't want to see these above 120. You know, when you start to get, gosh, that's hot. What are these little fins temping at? 135. At about 110, you want to start shutting this down because it's going to continue to heat up a little bit more still. 156 is too much. The motor being at 160, that is basically at the point of needing to shut it off. I've mentioned before, about 150 is where I usually like to stop, so that it doesn't get above 160. But yeah, that is unacceptable with how hot that's getting. I mean, the car drives great. It's a Vortex. It drives great. It does wheelies. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be tough for sure, but this, just like the other cars, and we had our concerns about it, this is a letdown. This was a very bad decision on ARRMA and Horizon Hobby's part. The motor is good. This is a great motor. This is a bad speed control. And it sucks to say that because, you know, this is one of our brands. You know, Traxxas and ARRMA are the top two brands that exist right now for these RC cars, and we keep a limited selection of what we carry, not because we're like, oh, only ARRMA, only Traxxas. It's because they're the ones that are the toughest and the most fun, the easiest to get parts for. You know, they're the cars that we can say that we absolutely trust. This is a good decision. And as a hobby shop, it makes it really hard to say that when this is the speed control and this is what we're getting out of it on a 40-degree day. Boy, yeah, I don't know, guys. I kind of hope that they just come out with like a new brushed version of the 4xs. That way we can just put in our own electronics and call it a day. Of course, that'll probably come with concessions like plastic turnbuckles and stuff. But I don't know, you know, $330, that's a good price. The Rustler is $400, so there's $70 difference, but you basically are going to have to spend that upgrading this speed control right out of the box so you don't have issues. I really hope ARRMA and Horizon Hobby revisit this and come out with basically a, what would it be, a version 4.2 or whatever, with a standalone speed control again, because this is not a selling point. I don't want to say I don't recommend the car, because the car is great, but if you're an enthusiast, even in the least, this has to be replaced. Otherwise, guys, yeah, it drove great. It performed really good. Let me move it off the box so we can reference the speed chart, because I was telling you guys I forgot completely what the speeds are supposed to be. 15, 25, and 30. I think we were pretty close on all those. I don't remember what they were. It was like 14, 23, and 30 is what we actually got or something. 25, 35, and 50. I think we were pretty close on almost all of those. We were at 49 miles an hour, so it dang near hit that number. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Give me your opinions in the comments. I'd like to hear, you know, if you have these, what you've experienced. Really good car, asterisk, why did they put a 2-in-1 speed control in it? That was a bad decision. All right, guys, that's going to be this video. As always, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, come in and see us. It is a really good car. It just needs some help. But yeah, thanks, guys. Have a good day.